What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to the top 10 free agents in FM21. Yes, with COVID in the game and a pandemic decimating clubs' finances, you're probably going to be working on a shoestring budget to start FM21, and in this video I want to give you guys some free agents that you can sign. So here are the top 10. Yes, 10 of the best free players to sign that can make a real difference in the early days of a new FM save game. I hope you enjoy this video. We are also going to have a bigger video with a shortlist of the best free agents coming your way very soon. Make sure to subscribe so you can see that video as it goes up. And well, without further ado, let's get into this countdown, shall we? So kicking off our countdown of the top 10 free agents, we've got Victor Alvarez, a 27-year-old left-back who you could potentially train to play slightly higher up the pitch. Big things to note with him are, firstly, he's a really well-rounded player with some pretty solid physicals, and additionally, he's got reasonable wage demands. There are some players on this list that come from big boy football teams and kind of just want outrageous sums of money. Victor is not one such player. Previously of Espanyol, more recently played in Russia, where he played regularly, and he would make a really good championship level left back who could definitely fill in as a cover option in the Premier League. So I wanted to have a centre-back in this list, and there aren't that many great centre-backs out there, but the man I've picked out is Garay, a player whom I suppose if you follow the world of football you'll be familiar with. 32 caps for Argentina. Certainly seen better years, I suppose. He will turn 34 quite soon into your save game. But in terms of a short-term centre-back option, there aren't that many better than this man. Of course, a player who once upon a time was at Real Madrid, has played for Benfica, Zenit, and of course Valencia in more recent years. Great in the air, great defensively, extremely good mentals. His physicals, though, do leave a little bit to be desired. Coming in at number 8, we've got Dani Sturridge. Yes, Liverpool Hall of Famer, which as a Liverpool fan, I'm always going to have a soft spot for him. But the reason he is not higher in this list is, well, firstly, he has a bit of a history with injuries. That might be putting it lightly. He's got an issue with injuries, everyone. Additionally, his wage demands are a little unreasonable following his brief spell in Turkey. Of course, he left the club in slightly bizarre circumstances, but at 30 years old, he has a little bit of potential, and whilst his physicals may already be quickly fading away, he possesses the quality to be a good little option anywhere in the final third. One of the younger players in this countdown is Remy, a French centre-mid, although he can play a few other positions. A really kind of versatile player at 25 years old as well. He's got plenty of years left ahead of him. More recently played in Turkey, although you can see here he started his career playing in, for Nancy and then for Nice, where he was a regular at Ligue 1 level. A good little player, not the craziest of wage demands either. Could probably play ideally, I think, as a box-to-box midfielder, although with good passing, decent vision and great teamwork, he's the kind of player who can be pretty well suited to any centre-mid role that doesn't involve too much defending. Coming in at number 6, we've got a bit of a German. I was about to say a German Swiss Army knife. That doesn't make sense. He's a German Army knife. He can play a whole host of positions, can Julian. Naturally a right back or right wing back, although he can play centre defensive mid. You could train him to play left back, or he could indeed play higher up the field. He's 28 years old with very low wage demands early on. Unlike a lot of the players on this list, he's not going to ask for an arm and a leg. He's not particularly old either at 28. He has certainly a few years left in his prime, and is definitely a nice little utility man option that will help round off any squad lacking depth. Coming in at the number 5 spot, we've got England legend Jack Wilshere, of course, a player who once upon a time was a regular for the England international team, and well, he's got a few issues with injuries. He was more recently, of course, at West Ham, where he was released early. His wage demands are a little excessive, which is why he's not higher in this list, but in terms of a centre mid possessing some serious quality, he's worth picking up on FM as a free transfer if he ticks the bill for what you need. Very good play, great creativity, first touch technique. Just don't expect him to do too much running, and be aware he might not be available for every game over the course of a season. In at number 4, we've got a man that, unlike perhaps a few of the names on this list, you may well be familiar with. Musa, of course, made a move to Leicester following their Premier League title win, and it didn't really work out for him. But at 27 years old, he is fast. He is speed, ladies and gentlemen. 18 acceleration, 18 pace. 27 years old, obviously he had a career that started way back in Nigeria, more recently played for Leicester and then went back to CSKA. Following a brief stint in Saudi Arabia, he is now a free agent, a player who could play out on the wing on either side, even cutting inside potentially on his right foot. Ultimately, his pace makes him a fantastic impact sub. He's going to strike fear into the defences of any teams at any levels. Clinching the bronze medal, we've got a man who's played for the big clubs, AC Milan, Sunderland, Liverpool. One of those is not like the others. Fabio Borini, ladies and gentlemen. A player who, unlike Musa, has mentals as well as a little bit of pace. Perhaps not the same level of pace as Musa, but certainly a player who can facilitate a similar role within a squad. Can play anywhere across the final third, on the left, the right, down the middle as a striker spearhead in the attack. Perhaps doesn't have the creativity to play as a centre attacking mid, but someone who can definitely offer an attacking option to clubs at a reasonably high level for not a great deal of budget in FM21. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we've got Super Mario. This is the wrong Mario. Although Balotelli is available as a free, you might want to sign those mentals though. No, don't go near him. I meant this Mario. Mario Mandzukic, ladies and gentlemen, takes number 2. 34 years old, an experienced international whom, whilst, he is one of the older players on this list, he has undeniable quality. In my opinion, the best player in this list in terms of actual ability. If you want a big, tall player who's going to stand up on the pitch, or you're just feeling a little bit daring and fancy trying out a wide target man, this is the man for you. Available for not the smallest of wages, but will lower his demands over time, and he will add some real quality to any team in the first couple of years of an FM21 save game. And finally, in at the number 1 spot, this one might be a little controversial, I've gone with Adama Diomande, the Norwegian international once upon a time, Hull City legend. That might be a little generous, but this is a guy who I think deserves to be high on this list. And the reason he's high on this list is because unlike all the other money-grubbing players in this list, he has reasonable wage demands at the start of a save game. You can get this guy for pretty cheap. He's only 30 years old as well, so he's definitely got a few years left in the tank. Great physicals, great in the air, great speed, nice finishing and off the ball as well for a player of his kind of calibre. And ultimately, in terms of value for money, little bit of quality, little bit of experience, I do think he is the best free agent that you can pick up this year in FM21 if he's the kind of player who suits the team you're managing. Anyway, guys, that does wrap up this video from me today. If you're one of the 4 people who's got to the end of this video, thank you for getting this far. If we could hit 5 likes on today's video, that would be absolutely incredible. If you are new here, do, of course, remember to subscribe. Loads of Football Manager content coming on the regular. You're going to want to make sure you're here to see it. And well, until next time, take care. It is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.